Alright guys, welcome back to another operaomnia video where we are going to talk about Y'shtola, the next upcoming character to be getting an LD and a BT weapon in Global. So we're going to talk about the rework that she is getting, her LD weapon and her BT weapon, and how I find her to be one strong support character to be arriving to Global. So as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about the changes that Y'shtola is getting and what she will be bringing to Global operaomnia. So first things first, we're going to talk about her rework. She got a few small changes into her rework. Nothing too crazy, but it does help her out a lot. With her stone ability, which is her skill 1, it has now become a 4-hit Earth Magic Brave attack plus an HP attack now. Now, when Stone Plus is active, the overflow does get increased to 170%, and it also increases the party's Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. Now her skill 2, which is Medica 2, did get an increase on usage. Previously it was at 5 uses, now it is at 7. Also, what it does now is it recovers party's HP by 20% of the individual max HP. So now you have an ability to heal outside of Y'shtola's EX ability. And it also does not increase the turn count whenever you use Medica 2. Now we'll talk about her LD weapon. Her LD weapon, which is called Holy of the Seventh Dawn, with a max usage of 3. What it does is that it resets all enemies' break status. It increases the party's Brave by 155% of her initial Brave, and it is an 8-hit AoE Magic Brave attack plus 100% AoE HP attack with Brave damage increased by 60% when attacking a single target, and the gain overflow is at 155%, with the stolen overflow being at 190%. So after you use her LD ability, or even when the battle begins, your original Brave ++ attack is now an Arrow 2 of the Seventh Dawn, which has the active Blood Lily icon right above her. So what this does is her Brave attack ++ is now an increase on Brave by 100% of her own initial Brave, and it is a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave attack plus split AoE HP attack, with the Brave damage increased by 60% when attacking a single target, with Stolen Overflow being at 120%, and it increases own Brave by 20% of the HP damage dealt. Now with this ability from her LD ability, now with this active, it gives Y'shtola a stacking ability, and with a max stacks of 3, after you reach 3 out of 3, it changes to Afflictus. I'm probably mispronouncing that, I apologize. Misery. So when the Blood Lilies is at 3 out of 3, it increases her own Brave by 100% of her initial Brave, and for 3 times it does a 2-hit AoE Magic Brave attack plus split AoE HP attack with damage increased by 60% when attacking a single target, and Stolen Overflow being at 120%. It increases the Brave by 20% HP damage after each HP attack, and it consumes 3 of the Blood Lily's little buff icon that she has above her head. And basically the way that this works, not only is you having to use the Arrow 2 of the Seventh Dawn the only way to increase her Blood Lily stacks. Basically the way to increase it is it will increase after she does any type of Brave / HP recovery effect, which is pretty much all of her skills. So her skill 1, her skill 2, her CCC5, her EX ability, all of those abilities will increase Blood Lily, or the stacks to Blood Lily, so it can get at a 3 out of 3, and then you can use her attack after you reach her max stack. So it doesn't, you don't always have to use the Arrow 2 of the Seventh Dawn. You can pretty much use any type of her abilities, and it will count towards increasing the stacks for Blood Lily. Now we'll talk about her BT ability, which is called Spiritual Ray. it increases own brave by 250% of her own initial brave, and it is a 10 hit AoE magic brave attack plus split AoE HP attack with brave damage increased by 60% on a single target. The brave damage limit increases by 200% or 29,997. The HP damage limit also increases by 200% up to 299,997. Her 6th turn burst effect. At the start of the turn, when party members' brave is greater than the initial brave, it raises the attack by 50%, stolen overflow limit plus 30%, HP damage dealt 20%, and brave damage limit increase by 20%. Now, one tip to kind of throw out there whenever you do go into Y'shtola's burst phase is to try to go in there with your Blood Lily stacks being at least 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, so that way you can take advantage of that extra damage that you are doing when you are in her burst phase to go ahead and use the Blood Lily's attack once you reach 2 out of 3, or excuse me, 3 out of 3, so that way you can start increasing those stacks once again, because while you are in her burst phase, the Blood Lily stacks do increase with whatever type of abilities that you do use. So if you're trying to go for, like, say, just a straight damage dealing type of a burst phase with Y'shtola, you can easily just spam her Arrow 2 of the 7th Dawn throughout the entire burst phase, and then you'll get the max damage out of there. But even if you decide that you want to delay the enemy with her skill 1, or you are trying to heal up your party members after taking some serious damage, just doing all this will not hurt you, aside from from the little bit of damage that you could be doing, but you'll still be increasing the Blood Lily stacks, so that way you can at least do the 3 times 2 hit AoE magic brave attack plus split AoE HP attack, and that kind of makes up for the little bit of damage that you missed out while you was in your burst phase. But like a tip from myself, from my own experiences, because I have used Y'shtola plenty times, and most of you guys already know that she has a BT plus active right now in JP, and to make her burst phase as efficient as possible, to try to get the most damage out of her, it is highly recommended that you go in there whenever your stacks are at least 2 out of 3, or even better at 3 out of 3, so that way you could spam her max stacked attack from her Blood Lily's ability from an LD. So that's kind of like a tip to kind of throw out there for you guys in case you are going for Y'shtola's whatchamacallit, her LD and her BT ability. So if you're still debating on whether or not you should pull for Y'shtola's LD and or BT weapon, just think about some of the things that I'm about to mention. She does now provide extra brave battery to the party, extra healing with her skill 2 now. She now does some type of HP damage, some AoE damage to the enemies now via her LD ability and her Blood Lily stacks. Her BT effect now having the increase in brave overflow limit, max brave damage increase, HP damage increase, and also gets a 50% attack up just from all that in her burst effect, really makes her a solid unit to have in many team comps from here up until the next few months. Now, we already know that in the JP side, she recently got a BT plus, making her effects 10 times better because of where we stand in JP Operaomnia. It really helps out for future Lufenia fights and future Lufenia Plus fights in terms of going up against the Brave reduction, the Brave Gauge reduction, so on and so forth. So if you decide to put for her now, she would be a solid character in the future once she does get her BT plus. So just think about all of that and kind of compare that to some of the team comps and or characters you got going on right now. Obviously there will be some characters that will replace her for a short bit of time, but once she gets her BT plus though in the future, she is going to be an extra solid unit to team comps and future Lufenia Plus fights. But overall, for me myself, I am definitely pulling for her kit, not just because of future longevity, but just because of what she brings to Global as of right now, and some of the upcoming Lufenia fights to be coming to Global. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are going to be pulling for Y'shtola's LD and or BT weapon. Other than that though, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in my next video.